Good morning. Welcome to Talk Fort
Hey.
Dodge.
Hey guys, welcome to Talk Fort Dodge.
I'm Jeremiahjcondon, and this is
Todd McCubbin here to just tell you what's going on in Fort Dodge. And it's a big day.
It is a big day. It's voting day.
It's the day to perform your civic duty. You don't have to run for elections. You don't have to be in city office. But when it comes to this, you need to get out and vote. I know it's only a primary, but there's 8 people running for one city council seat. And it's actually a lot of really good people.
It is.
Um,
It's Kyrie Borsay, Stephen Hansen, Richard Higgins, Wayne Mason, Zach Moore, Eugene Newsom, Megan Secor, and Jim Seward.
So, yeah, if you know any of them, make sure you get out and vote for them. If you don't, you can search the Greater Fort Dodge Growth Alliance on YouTube. And there was an hour and a half kind of get to know them, a little bit of a debate last week. So you can kind of listen to that. And I'll put a link in the comments here after we're done to let you watch that if you want to spend an hour or so just kind of going who these people are and what they believe in and that kind of thing. So
that'd be good.
Yeah, it's a good thing. And then we'll still have another vote in a couple of weeks on who's going to be the city council person that takes over for the next 6 months. But I think it's kind of a good thing.
I always like to vote for the people that I know love our community.
Jim Underwood, Higgins, and Newsom have been running for city council for probably 25 years each and have not won yet. So, Jim, I agree. Jim Underwood just put up there. Let me. Higgins and Newsom have been running forever, and they're both really good people. Honestly, Newsom he gets me every time. He always says something, throws me off guard, and keeps me on my toes. So I have to appreciate Eugene for that.
He's a good guy.
He is. And Jim ran for city council not that long ago. Thank you for trying, Jim. We appreciate you doing that because it's not easy to do. You got to really put yourself out there, and that's a big commitment. So thanks for that.
Takes up a lot of time.
It does.
You know?
Oh, yeah. City council is a big thing.
Yeah. And when they get to council, they're going to have to talk about putting more cops. I got the Fort Dodge newspaper.
Yeah. Thank you, Fort Dodge Messenger, for the little bit of what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
So I talked about putting 8 more cops on in the next 2-3 years.
I love it.
I do too. You remember they used to do community policing? That was kind of the key word was community policing. So hopefully they use this to kind of get out there and meet people more.
Because we have really good police officers right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but just like every other job, so many people overworked and too many hours. And
well, they're doing all the mental health work for, don't get me wrong, CFR and the hospital and everybody is doing the best they can, but they are so overwhelmed that all of that falls back on our police department. And a lot of what they do is mental health versus actually get out and police work. So it's, I think more police officers are a good thing. Just forget they saw me if I'm going a little over the speed limit. So I'm going to put that disclaimer out there now that I think it's a terrible idea if I get a speeding ticket. So
my wife says all the time, it'd be a fun job. It'd be fun to ride with a cop.
Oh, it'd be fun to ride with a cop, but
hang out. And
I spent 20 years in law enforcement. I don't want to do that again.
No, because it's dangerous too. And
it is.
It's a lot of, they got a lot going on. Keep us safe.
They do. It's not an easy job.
They probably don't get the respect that they should at times.
No, not at all.
So that's a big deal. And that's awesome that we're moving forward to doing that. And that also, the reason we do this show is because we love Fort Dodge, right?
Yep.
And we talk about growth. And if we're talking about adding 8 more police officers, the first thing I see is, we have crime and stuff, but it's because our community's growing. And we need to add stuff around it as a community grows.
And we need to continue to grow it.
Yep. And we have great things going on in town, and
oh, yeah.
So that's just something that comes with it.
Yep.
Probably gonna have to talk about getting a new police station next, huh?
A new jail
for us to talk about.
Actually, I was talking to somebody about that the other day. Our jail only holds 50 people and it's way overcrowded right now. So people that have jail time to serve for an OWI or something like that can't even get in and serve their jail time in Fort Dodge. They have to go somewhere else. And they have no women up there because they don't have enough women correctional officers to have women in the Fort Dodge jail. So they send them somewhere else. And it's a hot mess. So I'm sure we'll see a bond issue before too long about building a new jail because it's a necessary evil of our society.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anything else going on?
I don't know. Big thing for me today was get out and vote. and get that done.
St. Edmund rallied back and beat the Eagles.
Nice.
Georgia kicked the crap out of TCU last night. It wasn't much of a football game.
Did that in? Well, I watched a few minutes of it, but
it was. I was rooting for TCU because go Big 12. But listen, I thought it was hilarious last night when they were down like 50 points. They do have a dome, but it's also like outside. And it started downpouring, but it was like a side rain. And it was raining on the TCU fans and not the Georgia fans. And they're like, not to add any insult to injury, but the TCU fans are now getting rained on, and the Georgia fans are just fine.
Oh, I wish I'd have watched it.
It's like, oh man, that's really doesn't add to your adventure of being there at the game.
No, that's a little insult to injury. I figured like that would happen to Iowa State. Well, speaking of Iowa State, my wife's now a 49ers fan. Thank you, Brock Purdy, for that. So she bought me a little 49ers pullover the other day. And I'm like, really? Now we're both 49ers fan.
And Iowa fans have the same to root for with Kittle. It's like they're the back-to-back.
I joke there's a million more 49ers fans just because of Kittle and Purdy.
There is.
So, everywhere you go now, the 49ers game's on, and that never happened before. And if you don't know this, Matt Bemrick, our mayor, is a huge 49ers fan, has been his whole life. So he just got joined by a million more people. So way to go, Matt. Oh, it's been fun to watch. I'm a Bears fan, so I'm used to losing. So it's kind of nice to have somebody win in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I caught myself like watching a little bit of the Jets this year, watching Breece Hall just tear it up. He was up for Rookie of the Year until he got hurt, and then that just screwed everything up. And then Brock started playing. So Breece went down, and then Brock started playing.
And he's in like top 3 quarterbacks of all time in his first 6 games as far as stats, like 2 touchdowns in 6 consecutive games, and it's unreal. So that's been a lot of fun to watch. So
and undefeated.
Be
kind of crazy if he finished his year undefeated.
Yeah, with the Super Bowl ring.
They'd have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs, so they can do it. Let's see. Anyway, this is a quick one. I just wanted to remind everybody, get out and vote.
Go vote.
Make sure you get there, get it done. You can register at the polls, so don't let that be a deterrent. And what do you say? See you guys next week.
Take your license with you and know where you live.
That's right. If you need help with your address, call me. I'll look it up. See you guys next week.